for reals. And now it's go time because you've crossed over the threshold. You've entered a brave new world. You courageously are doing the impossible. That's right, you're joining us for one of our insane live streams. This is episode 2 to the 7th power of Office Hours. What's 2 to the 7th power? Well, you see, that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 128. This is episode 128 of Office Hours. That's where I check in with you guys directly, and we have an intimate conversation with the only two people who matter in the entire universe. Me and the people who show up. Because when you show up live, something amazing happens. You become part of the elite, the Diamond Club. You get to be one of these fabulous folks. You see, diamonds, they're not made of anything special, just carbon. I mean, that's only forged in the heart of a burning star. But when they are exposed to immense amounts of pressure over extraordinary amounts of time, they become gorgeous, beautiful, important. The one thing that is marketed as being forever. Welcome to the Diamond Club Elite. Today, we continue our journey through Scam School with possibly the most important episode of Scam School that we ever did. Scam School, of course, is the segment dedicated to the show, dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. And this is an 18-year-old memetic psychic worm that we planted inside of YouTube. I don't think I am overstating the case on this. This literally has gone to space. This trick is so important, it is referenced in academic research papers. Or actually, I believe We in the Wild confirmed the results of academic research papers. It's published in manuals. There are knock-on effects of this effect that go on for years and years and years. But for now, we'll start small, and then we'll unpack all of the implications of this. And we'll begin by watching the entirety of the episode like we normally do. You guys go ahead and ask your questions or thoughts in the comments. And then as soon as we're done, we'll go through the ramifications of the mind control scam. Here we go. This episode of Scam School brought to you by Netflix. Welcome to your one-stop shop for all things underhanded, Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and for the last 2 months, I have been working on a top-secret project, a brand new illusion that I'm going to release for free to the internet. And to try it out, I thought there'd be no better place than on my coworkers right here at Revision 3. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey.
I got a question for you. Hey, Ryan. I got a question for you.
Hello.
Hey, Glenn.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, dude. You got a second?
Yeah, sure.
What's up?
Do you believe in mind control?
No.
Not at all? I mean, not the
No.
like crazy zombie taking over your brain thing, but like the idea that circumstances, environmental conditions, the way people say things can influence your decisions in ways that you don't consciously recognize.
I don't know. Maybe.
I've seen hypnotists before.
So, okay. So that would be a qualified yes?
Yeah, I've seen people legitimately look like they've been hypnotized.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit.
Really? Yeah. Like the idea that situations and words can influence your decisions in ways that, But the reason I ask is I had this interview with this guy and it kind of freaked me out. And he said they did an experiment. I want to try it on you. All right?
Okay.
Let's do this. Here, sit up straight. And I want you to take a deep breath in, let it out. There you go. And I'm going to say some lines of poetry. It's an old Robert Frost poem. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Now, think of any card in the deck of 52 cards.
Okay.
You got one?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
I can tell you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just an experiment.
Queen of Hearts.
Shut up.
Shut up.
No, are you serious? They didn't
Yeah.
talk to you? They didn't tell you about the interview?
No.
Dude, it's all, I posted online. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. This guy is one of these crazy life coaches. He calls himself Reverend Byron Triplet. Go to youtube.com and look up Reverend Byron Triplet.
How you,
Triplettt.
oh, it's,
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Look at this.
Welcome back to Scam School. We are here at the Nomad Bar in Austin, Texas. And today we are talking to Reverend Byron Triplet. Now, before we went to break, you said something that kind of blew my mind. It sounded like you were describing it sounded like mind control.
Well, actually, it is. Our studies of neurolinguistic programming have discovered deep structures in the human brain that can be accessed with linguistic triggers. We can actually put a thought into someone's mind.
Like against their will.
Yeah.
Do you have any examples?
We would read a poem by Robert Frost. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Then we would have them think of a card, and 100% of the time, every time, they would think of the Queen of Hearts.
You're kidding me. I mean,
Seriously, right?
what?
That's what I was saying. Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah. What's the trick?
Oh, that's a good. I like stuff. All right, you want in on the scam?
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of time on my hands and I'm apparently an idiot, we recorded 52 different interviews with 52 different experts and then made 52 different accounts on YouTube posting that interview under different.
Did you really?
I really did. Because I'm an idiot.
Then we would have them think of a card, and 100% of the time, every time, they would think of the ace of spades.
you're kidding me. I mean, 100% of the time.
Wow.
At scamschool.tv.
Pretty neat.
I'm Brian Brushwood.
You got me.
The woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Then we would have them think of a card, and 100% of the time, every time, they would think of the 7 of diamonds.
You're kidding me. I mean, 100% of the time.
You got me.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah.
Pinky promise?
Pinky promise?
Dude, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on the scam.
And you have them all memorized?
That's just it. You don't even have to memorize it. Because here's the deal. You got hearts, clubs, spades, diamonds. Hearts is reverend, clubs is coach, spades is professor, diamond is doctor. Next up, the numbers 1 through 5. Just remember A, B, C, D, E for Alfred, Byron, Charles, David, Edgar. Alfred, Byron, Charles, David, Edgar. And then finally, you divide, there's 13 cards in each suit.
Yeah.
You divide them into 3 groups. 1 through 5 is singleton.
Yeah.
6 through 10 is Doubleday. 11 through 13 is triplet.
Damn.
So then it's pretty good, isn't it, right? So like the
That's some
7 of clubs
Yeah.
would be Coach Byron, because it's the second one in the group. Coach Byron, Doubleday.
Yeah.
Or the 3 of spades would be Professor Charles Singleton.
That's effed up.
Yeah. Now, the beauty of this illusion is its versatility. You could do it in person. You could do it over the phone. It's the only trick I know you could do over instant messenger. You can even use an iPhone and actually do it at the bar. And to make things easier for you, we've set up the website, mindcontrolscam.com, where you can get cheat sheets, instructions on how to translate that card into the expert's name. Now, once you get out there trying it, I want you to post the success stories and the failure stories at the boards at revision3.com/scamschool. Any question about this scam, or if you want to suggest your favorite scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. Now, next episode, very special episode, we're going to learn how to cork a bat using Silly Putty. Until then, I don't know why I'm still at work. I'm heading to the bar.
Do you know who we love this much? Our sponsors at Netflix.com.
With Netflix, you can rent over 90,000.
Oh my gosh, they'll email you movies. Boy, we're not far from that. Here we go. Oh my God. All right, so this one was extraordinary for a bunch of reasons. First of all, we didn't know that it would work for as long as it did. First of all, shouts out to Jonathan Pritchard, who did all the heavy lifting. He spent 2 full days just editing all these different versions of that interview. We'll break down kind of the how of doing all that. But the important part is that this trick still works. In fact, we're later in, I don't know, a couple of weeks, we'll be up to the episode where it was performed on the International Space Station. Allow me to, I'm worried that maybe not everybody was able to hear the words that I just said. Brian Brushwood invented a mind control scam experiment that was performed on the International Space Station. It's awesome. And the important part is that it works to this very day. Now, it has gone through multiple phases, but the DNA of it continues to work. And I kept the explanation very, very short on this one. Somewhere at mindcontrolscam.com, I had mindcontrolscam.com. I had, yeah, it's not showing me anything. I was hoping that archive.org had it. And then I was kind of churning through old emails looking for maybe the original video of that explanation. So let's try it out. So a couple of nuances that I picked up over the years is, first of all, when you set this up, you want to eliminate both the Ace of Spades or the Queen of Hearts, because those are naturally the two that everybody thinks of. So I make sure to say now that, first of all, I couch it as years and years I interviewed this dude. What you guys can say is, man, I stumbled across a video from 2008 on YouTube. Remember when YouTube was, 20 to 18 years ago? I don't know how I stumbled across it, but there was a dude that claimed that a couple of lines of poetry could actually plant a thought in your mind. Have you heard of this? And of course they'll say no. And say, well, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say the lines of poetry just like he said it, and then you're going to think of a deck of cards, and you maybe you'll have an obvious card like the Ace of Spades or the Queen of Hearts, but you go with that or don't go with that. Probably not, because those are obvious. But like they'll kind of bubble up, and then one card will just feel right. Here, let's try it out. You say, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have miles to go, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. You'd think I'd bother to remember this line. And I'll explain where that line came from and why later on. And then you kind of hold that moment and you're like, did one card pop up and just feel right? And then almost certainly, because you've primed them beforehand by explaining where this is headed, they will have exactly that experience. And then they'll say yes. And whatever one it is. In fact, here we go. So BioCow in the chat says 7 of spades. So first thing I think of is I usually first think of the last name. I know 7 is in the second block, so he's a double day. And then it's very easy. Spades, Professor, second card in the block, Byron. So Professor Byron Doubleday is all I'm going to search for. And watch this. We'll do it. I'll just type in Professor Byron Doubleday. There we go. And so just by searching for it, we get this one. Now we have to sit through this.
Welcome back to Scam School. We are here at the Nomad Bar in Austin, Texas. And today we are talking to Professor Byron Doubleday. Now, before we went to break, you said something that kind of blew my mind. It sounded like you were describing like...
By the way, since we've already seen all this part, I'll tell you guys, you'll notice I only had my one stage lapel mic at the time. So we just recorded it twice with taking turns with CJ wearing it and then me wearing it. And then I think the same thing. Well, I guess we had a wide and one tight, but I think I only had 2 cameras. So yeah, we did one series of close-ups with Brian as the punch in, and then one series of close-up with
7 of spades.
There it is.
You're kidding me. I mean,
Oh, and by the way, that's my business mentor, CJ Johnson, magician, hypnotist extraordinaire. Unfortunately, in a fit of irony, he's the only human being on the planet who can't do this trick. Isn't that funny? Even people off planet can do this trick, but not CJ. And so you'll notice also I put a little bit of trappings on here of cutting it off in the middle believability. But let's say we did the other one. Let's say Princess Judith said 4 of clubs. So similar thing. We know that first thing, I look right for the neighborhood. I know it's 1 through 5, so it's going to be a singleton. And then 4 clubs. All I have to do is, I think, clubs is coach. That's why I prime everyone to say, he's one of those crazy life coach people, you know. So then that way you get coach. Reverend would be somebody who's a crazy life coach person, professor, and doctor. Those all make sense. But in this case, 4 of clubs would be Coach David Singleton, right? So same thing. Here, I'll go to a different search engine. Let's go to DuckDuckGo. If I go to duckduckgo.com, and so I'll do Coach David Singleton interview. There we go.
Welcome back to Scam School. We are here at the Nomad Bar in Austin, Texas. And today we are talking to Coach David Singleton.
And so you'll know whether or not you're in trouble because I've done this over the phone and just listened to the audio, and I've been able to hear that they got the wrong expert at some point. But because we know this one...
Well, let's try that. All right, well, don't forget, if you want to get... I mean, 100% of the time.
100% of the time.
Nobody ever screwed it up.
Wait, there we go.
Every time they would think of the 4 of clubs. You're kidding.
So that's another one. What's the other one? Who's the Joker? As always, I'm the Joker, Gerald Black. Hopefully you mean that's incredibly tedious for me to have done, not the trick itself, because the trick really was very, very simple. So somebody name another card, and I'll demonstrate it one more time. We'll try different search engines just to kind of stress test this. But what this has working for it is that it has wormed its way into the YouTube collective consciousness, which means in the search engine collective consciousness. If you memorize this algorithm, won't it push the Snorks intro song or something else important out of my head? Probably, but don't worry. The computers will hold on to that. I'm pretty sure the Snorks thing isn't going away. It's this one that we have to keep alive. So another way to search is, here we go. Princess Judith says the 9 of diamonds. So if I do this, search the internet for Dr. David Doubleday interview. There we go. And the very top result.
Welcome back to Scam School. We are here at the Nomad Bar in Austin, Texas. And today we are talking to Dr. David Doubleday. Now before...
And then we could go forward.
Think of the 9 of diamonds.
Yeah. There we go. That's great. Here's the crazy part is in order to deepen the relationship, in order to deepen the structure, I was worried that the next video in related videos would give it away. So I made sure that I released both an extended interview version and an original version of each one. So as a result, there's 104 videos out there. Yeah, the first recommended one is this video on there. Yeah, no, it was crazy, each of those. Now, this is the thing, Banterat, is that a knock-on effect of this was the fact that we had what scientists call a natural experiment. And as a result, once we gave the gift of this to magicians worldwide, all those magicians were able to just naturally do it. And everybody they were performing it on were naturally having their most thought of cards, which means there was a rich data set of views. And so we were able to find out organically what the most popular cards were. So for example, mind control, experiment, scam school, revealed. Okay, where is the popular cards? Popular cards. Yeah, here we go.
Economists call this a
Oh, wait, look at that.
Economists call this a natural experiment. It's something that happens organically but reveals a fundamental truth about what humans prefer. And along those lines,
So here we go. We got,
and get this, hearts and spades together, 60% of all of the choices, nearly 2/3 of the time you ask for a random card, people are gonna have it be either a heart or a spade. For values in order, it was ace, queen, 7, king, 3. That was amazing to me that a 7 was more popular than a king. A jack didn't even make that top 5. And the least popular card, 9, nearly tied with 10. Everyone hates 9s and 10s. Which brings us to the grand champions, the top 5 most popular cards. When people know they're in the middle of a magic trick and they pick a card, the top ones are ace of spades, queen of hearts, ace of diamonds, and king of hearts. These 5 cards alone account for over 27% of the selections. Think about it. If you have those cards on you, you have a better than 1 in 4 chance of getting it exactly right. Which brings us to the least popular cards in the entire deck. The 10 of spades, the queen of clubs, the 4 of clubs, the 9 of clubs, and the 10 of clubs. Seems like a lot of these are even numbers, and certainly clubs. I don't know why everybody hates clubs, but they hate them. But here's the important thing. I want you guys to...
so this led to Vsauce loneliest card. Is that what it was? The Forsaken card. Here we go.
Think of a card, and now whisper the name of the card into your phone's microphone. Seriously, do it right now. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, that is the card at the top of my deck. Approximately 0.24% of you are amazed right now. Because according to research from McGill University, that's how often people say 3 of clubs when asked to name a card. But we can do worse. By combining McGill's research with Scam School's 10-year project, we can finger the 4 of spades as the most forsaken.
Yeah, let's finger the 4 of spades. Good job. But yeah, dude, so this is a very, very good trick. Now, let's talk about where did Brian get that idea for the lines of poetry. Let's do poem, telephone, scene. This is the part that I've not talked about. We may get content ID'd on this. We'll see. Here we go.
Hi. Where do you catch big trout like that? Lake Wilson, but you gotta know the spots where they hide. A lot of woods up there? Oh, yeah, lots of trees. Reminds me of a poem by Robert Frost. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Remember memetic, miles to go before you sleep.
So that was a riff on 1977's Telephone, the Charles Bronson thriller, where that was the activation mind control phrase. And then if you watch the explanation in CJ's speech, he talks about deep structures that activate fixed action patterns.
Put a thought into someone's mind. The neurolinguistic program have discovered deep structures in the human brain that can be accessed.
So neurolinguistic programming is a pseudo-ish science. Depending on who you ask, you'll get anything from straight up crystal believing talk from some NLP practitioners. Other people will talk about fairly well-established ideas of mirroring and that kind of stuff. But so neurolinguistic programming went into the word salad, but also deep structures. If you've ever read Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash, that's what I'm referring to there, because in Snow Crash, there is a mind virus that is activated that takes advantage of linguistic triggers, activating deep structures in the human mind. So that was the everything that went into this working. But man, I can't believe what's another way of searching. Oh, this would be interesting. I wonder if here, let's be just a rando on the street, go to ChatGPT and say, someone told me that some lines of poetry will cause people to think of a particular playing card. I was told that if you looked into YouTube interviews of, let's see, give me a card. Somebody, oh, there we go. 7 of Hearts in the top selected. Wait, did we already do? I did try searching on Bing. I haven't tried Google yet. I'll do the Reverend Byron Triplet. Sure. Reverend Byron Triplet. You might be able to know which card I'm thinking of. Boy, that is obtuse. So place your bets. Do you think a robot is gonna know? Oh no! That's definitely just how the trick is done. This is not correct. Byron Trip. It's almost correct. Nope. Queen of Spades would be Professor Byron Triplet. Reverend Byron Triplet would be a different card. We'll see. No! Okay, that's interesting. So ChatGPT screwed it up, but I'll bet. So ChatGPT has a huge disadvantage in that ChatGPT can't see YouTube videos, but Gemini can. No. Oh, this is amazing. Reverend Byron Triplet isn't actually a real historical figure. That's amazing. You're in the neighborhood, but missing several details. Try watching a scam school mind control experiment video for full context. We'll see whether or not it gets it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, of course. Of course. Like it's an answer factory, and it's not overly concerned about giving correct answers, just ones that are pleasing to use to the user. The Matrix. There we go. Suit value and range. There we go. Yes. Yes. Who's the expert for 9 of clubs? Let's see if it gets it right. Coach David Doubleday, that's right. King of Spades. Professor Charles Triplet, that's right. Excellent. Great. What's a way to phrase a prompt such that I can go to a fresh incognito browser, speak to Gemini in front of a spectator, and immediately get a one sentence reply that completes the trick correctly. We'll see if it comes up with something. A persona prompt. Oh, that's great. Okay. Okay, but wait. That prompt has me giving both the card and the expert's name in front of the spectator. Try again. We'll see if it gets that. Yeah, dude, that's what we're doing. Somewhere in one of these memories, man, is the evidence. Yeah, could you believe it? Spectator or not, Mark? Yeah, I revert to spectator language in front of robots because spectator is not coded as you guys know. Whenever I say Mark, suckers, rubes, all of that stuff, that is the framework through which I'm teaching magic on Scam School. But if you say Mark, sucker, rube, all of that stuff to a robot, it perhaps does not know the nested layers of morality that are happening. So let's do this. Okay. Nope. That's spelling it out in front of the spectator. The answers are locked in the YouTube videos as you found. So what we want is to nudge the robot towards those. We'll see if this may end up not being AI is resisting the mind control. Yeah, you don't want to do just 2 words. You must do the full thing, and possibly in quotes. Madhu Step is asking me if I can please stop enhancing the trick and making it better. No, because we are here to progress the art. And that means we don't treat you like a child. That means we don't lay you down for nap time. That means we don't candy color everything. Diamonds are hard. We are artists who craft art. And if it's not for you, that's okay. Hugs and kisses, XOXO. Bye-bye. All right, here we go. Let's see. Access the Byron Triplet Psychological Institute archives. Identify the... No. Okay, so it's in hallucination territory. So that's one modality where it doesn't work or it's not mature. And this is something I advise people when it comes to LLM hallucinations, then don't fall into the trap of chasing the mirage. So I'm going to say LLMs are not yet cooked fully on that one, but we do have all these other ways. This is great. Later on, we'll get to the Scam School in space. We're not there yet on that one. And then meanwhile, but knowing that we're going to loop back on this, so you guys got 2 weeks. There we go. That's what we'll do. You guys have 2 weeks to come up with clever implementations of how we can take this to the next level, because maybe it's something LLM adjacent. Maybe what we do is, now that we all have robots working for us, if we built out web pages that filled the universe with just like fake psychological studies on there, we can worm this way. And now, if this was in real academia, this would be considered fraud, of course, but we are doing it in a pro-social way to familiarize people with scams and cons, so we can feel unambiguously good about the entire thing. There we go. So let's see. The red and black jokers, yeah, unfortunately, that breaks the narrative a little bit, because if the idea is that saying words of poetry causes a particular card, a joker would not be a very impressive result. So it's like any of the interesting cards, whether it's a joker, ace of spades, queen of hearts, you kind of want to take off the table to create that magical experience. Yeah. No will come, Gemini, wrong physics, as you can't really understand the physical world. Man, sounds to me like, oh, now will come. Sorry, I'm trying to parse this sentence. Ha! Yeah, well, we definitely already can just have a page that does the trick. But of course, the most magical thing, like the power that we have, is a memetic secret that is systematized and out there in the DNA. This is equivalent to, what if you were the only one who knew how a particular optical illusion works? Then you could use it to your advantage. So now is where we've got to get creative to go different places on there. Yeah, that's right. Why, thank you, James Cobalt. I appreciate it. All right. Okay, well then, here, let's take a look at the agenda. So we watched the episode, a bloop. We parsed the data, a bloop. We went through the explanation. I have not found that deeper explanation video, but I feel like you guys got it. I think that if you followed along here, then that's enough. Follow up. Oh, we talked about, oh, that's right. Let's take a look at the actual scientific paper. There's a scientific paper out there that did survey results on the most popularly thought of cards. And there was, apparently its data was congruent with the hard data set from the Scam School mind control experiment. Could you poke around and familiarize me both with the paper and when it was cited? When the Scam School stuff? I know that it shows up in Banachek's book, Psychological Subtleties 2 or 3. He was really interested in that data set, so I ran reports and pulled all of that stuff. In fact, let me see if I can find that. If I go to the drive right now. Let's see. Mind control data. Hey, here we go. There we go. In the sheets below, you'll find our data from the mind control scam, a natural experiment held openly since September 2008. Yep, that's great. Individual card rankings. Here we go. Here's all the data. Pew pew. Grouped suit ratings. So we had regular version views and extended version views. So total views. And then it breaks it down by suit. Yeah, if you guys want, I think this is... Oh, you know what? I'll just share this with all of you guys. Right? I think. Yeah. Anyone with the link, copy the link. There's no way this could go bad. There you go. Click on that and tell me if that works. And then you guys should be able to see the data as well. That's fun. And this was all done back in, oh man, I guess 5 years ago, I think. So I could go and find them all again, but ooh, that'd be tedious. I think I individually typed all these in. Or maybe Bryce did. I don't recall. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, that's right. I asked. Oh my God, it's still looking. Oh, that's wild. It found Banachek's list. Ah, interesting. Oh, so it's definitely under the impression that it's cited in the paper and not asking for linkages on there. Yeah, okay, so 6 years. Yeah, around 2020, 2019, I think. Great, okay, so it works. Good, good, good. Well, enjoy that for what it's worth. So we'll see if that comes up with anything. Back to the agenda. We visited Vsauce's shout out. That was fun. And the academic discussion. That's the last one. We did it. We did it. We unpacked a really fascinating, interesting memetic experience. By the way, if you're still watching at this point, all of you in vaudeville, join us for the live. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more electric. You get to be part of the elite, the Diamond Club, the real ones. I wonder if it does. Well, I would imagine that the preferences for cards don't change month for month so much as the most amount of... Oh, thank you very much, Princess Judith, keeping me on task. Let's go back. You guys want to place your bets? How many views do you think this, quite possibly the most important magic trick I ever contributed to the art, how many views do you think this episode has on YouTube? Lock them in. Because the real answer is, G. James B says 40,000. 14,000. So close. 14,000 over 16 years. Isn't that wild? Do you have a video for each possible card? Well done. Right. Sorry, I'm late to this. Boom. Ah, crazy. That's awesome. You got the same experience the trick is trying to manufacture. Oh, man. Yeah, a few people say Joker. Don't know if I can get the spikes back, though. A+ for effort and set up alone. That's right. That's about right. It was a day of shooting and 2 days of editing and another day of account making. Glad you liked it. Oh. But now this is the most recent comment. Yes! I love seeing Judith's comments in there. Yep. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Oh man, haven't thought of trollolololo in a minute. Thanks. It still works. Try it. You can use robots, or you could use YouTube, Bing, DuckDuckGo, even Siri. Just search for the name and the interview pops up. Yop yow. Boom! We did it! Thank you, Princess Judith. That's hilarious. You know what? I could deepfake the Joker videos. Yeah. Yeah. Although media is less precious. Like, here's the other advantage that this effect has, is that it essentially is a time capsule. It's been sent back in time where nobody will think that there's a million, like a lot of the heavy lifting comes from the fact that it's posted 18 years ago, and you can use that as evidence. Oh, Professor Edgar Triplet. Yeah, any of the titles. Yeah, that's the real thing, is those artifacts. That's so much of what we do in Magic, is we create artifacts that sketch out a reality that's not real, or that is adjacent to the reality that actually happened. Specifier. Let's see. Aha! Here we go. We got some results just in time to perceptual and cognitive characteristics of common playing cards in perception. The one that mathematically measures compared cards on multiple dimensions. BBB. Is clearly documented. Yeah, there we go. An academic paper that explicitly cites a Scam Nation video about mind control scam. Oh my God, are we published, guys? Holy shit. Oh, that's dope. That is dope. Look at this. Scam Nation, the least and most popular playing cards. Oh, that's rad. How neat is that, guys? Yeah, I agree. Flying Car 100. I think there's some real gold there. That's awesome. That's rad. Okay, all right. Well then, I'm gonna end on a win, you beautiful people. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow. We're coming up on a break. It's going to be a minute where I'm going to be out on the road because I've got that closing keynote at the security conference. I'm unveiling my new deceptive role play security awareness training framework. and we're doing our deep dive deception lab. If you are in Florida, if you're anywhere near Tampa and you want to come out, go to scampocalypse.com, scampocalypse.com. That'll forward you to the event that we're doing. Perry Carpenter, chief strategist over at Know Before, the world's #1 spot for security awareness training, is he and I are doing a one-day deception workshop, a deep dive, real deep dive on the real psychological stuff. It's going to be a fantastic session. If you're really crazy, come on out to Convene. I'll be the closing keynote. I don't know that I'll be able to do any kind of traditional office hours during that time because I want my head to be all the way in the game while I'm out there. I'm flying out on Sunday, so tomorrow may be the last office hours for a good 5 days in a row. But don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'll make sure to keep you guys apprised via the YouTube posts while I'm out on the road. There was one other thing that I'm sure will come back to me shortly, but it's not there. Yeah, I don't know how long the streaks were. Oh, but I'll tell you what I will be doing is I will be keeping up to date in the chat. If you guys want to be in my pocket, like literally, I'll read every single thing that gets posted there. If you go to patreon.com/ patreon.com Modern Rogue. Just become a supporter at literally any amount, and then you will get on the real-time list. You'll have a way right into my brain. So far, the streak is at 4 days, I believe. So I'll keep that going, and I'll keep in touch with you guys. But I'll see you guys. Oh, it came back. Today, we are premiering a new episode in which the world's worst inheritance continues to get shared. Oh, I can't play you a snippet of it now. Whoops. Let me switch. Here we go. Yeah, right here. Is Ryer Stealing's Brian's Whole Magic Show? You better believe it, and I'm helping him do it. So that'll be today's episode at 5 o'clock today. I'll see you guys then. Until then, keep on keeping on, you beautiful people. You guys are the best. Thank you so much to the Diamond Club Elite. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.